Suddenly I realized that each one of us carries so many strings from our past which are still holding us. Let me give you my own example. When I was a child, I was very afraid of water. I couldn't learn proper swimming, maybe because my swimming teachers were not good, or maybe because I was not a very tall person, so I couldn't go long by sweeping my hands and feet. Whatever may be the reason, I was afraid of water. I went to Kenya during my job, and I was a CIO for Kenya Airways for 3 years in Nairobi. Now, Kenyan coast, which is on the Indian Ocean, is one of the best diving grounds in the world. It has fantastic coral, great sea creatures, octopus, whales, dolphins, barracudas, the works. Now, to enjoy those, you have to learn to do scuba diving. I enrolled in a class of scuba diving. And when I went to the pool, my God, I was afraid, because I knew that I was afraid of water. Fortunately, I had gone through this story just a month prior to that. And then I realized at that time I was not a good swimmer, because I was a small child. I didn't have a good teacher, ABCD. I think that I can't swim, and that's why I'm afraid of water. But those are just one of those little strings. I am a grown-up person now. I have got excellent teachers here. There is a pool. There are people swimming. What the hell? I just jumped into the pool. Once the string is broken, my friends, I'm a qualified scuba diver now. I am a doubly qualified scuba diver, because I am also a sports scuba diving. The deepest dive I did in Kenya was 90 feet for 45 minutes. I saw wonderful creatures there, a different world together. But for that string, I would have missed the entire show. Now, this is what I try to tell my friends who come to me and say, I can't speak in public. You can't speak in public because first time when you did that, you were a child, you probably made a fool of yourself. The public laughed at you. The laugh has stung you in such a sharp barbs at that time that even now you think that you go there, people will laugh and you will turn, you will be ashamed, you will be blushed, and people will say you are a fool. Things have changed. You have grown. The string is very small and you are very big. Break open. Break that string and come into the open. What will happen? Maximum people will laugh at you. Let them laugh. See, when people laugh at you, they don't lose anything. You lose your self-esteem. But there is a bigger principle involved here. Your self-esteem is not for people to enable. The word self-esteem means your esteem. It is not somebody else's esteem. It is your esteem. Why do you give external people to write, to evaluate you? There is no need to do that. You talk. In the first time you will make mistake. You can go to the same people and ask them, what did I do wrong? And let me tell you something. 90% of those people, 90% of those, or even 95%, themselves will not be able to speak in front of an audience. It takes very little to laugh at somebody who is trying to perform. It takes a lot more to perform in place of these laughs. You think that the big skilled orators are not afraid of speaking in public? Even such a great orator as Acharya Atre in Mumbai, many people would know him. He had publicly gone on record and said that in the first few sentences, his trepidation, there is a trepidation in his mind. How will this particular meeting, how will this speech go? In the first couple of sentences, when he sees the mood of the people, it enables him to go further. And that is what makes brilliant speeches. Let me tell you, no worthwhile leader has come till now into the history of mankind who couldn't speak well, who couldn't motivate his people well. The trick in motivating people is to speak unabashedly, without any fear, full of self-confidence. And the self-confidence, again, like self-esteem, is a word which comes from within. It is not for somebody to give to you. It is your birthright. Claim your birthright. Don't be going to people to say that, hey, give me my confidence. They are not theirs to give to. Maybe they themselves don't have their own confidence. Forget about them. Your self-confidence, your own self-worth is for you to ascertain. You are the best judge of that. You will make mistakes. Make no mistake about this particular issue. You will make mistakes. But so what? Have you can see your young brothers or your sons and daughters trying to walk. If they didn't fail the first few steps in walking, if they thought that they are making mistakes, so they will stop walking and let you carry them all around their life, would that do? Everybody falls while walking. It bring me to somebody who says, I have never made a mistake in life, and I will tell him, you have never tried anything in your life. You try, you make mistakes, you learn from the mistake, you become better. Public speaking is again just like good health. There is no option to public speaking. You have to be good at public speaking. And how do you do that? There are very simple methods. Again, as I was saying, for public speaking, you need good content. The content comes from thinking. You need to think your own content. There is one way to parrot somebody else's speech, but there is a great love, there is a great happiness in doing your own speech. How do you do that? By thinking for yourself.